Laura's Special Birthday Surprise by Andrew Allen Matthews, dedicated to Emily Lily Matthews. It was Laura's 13th birthday and all her friends had come to the party. She was happy that they all came, but Laura thought this day was going to be like all the other parties she had. Boring. Laura's mother had lit the candles on the cake ready for Laura to blow out, and as usual she blew them out and began to open her presents. Among Laura's presents was a painting of a unicorn that her grandmother gave her. Laura picked up the picture, and as soon as she did so, the painting came to life and the unicorn said, "Hello Laura, my name is Apollo. Hold on tight and close your eyes because we're off on a journey." Laura was surprised. Maybe today might not be as boring as she thought. Laura held on tight to the picture and closed her eyes. When she opened them again, she found herself flying in the air on the back of Apollo among beautiful clouds. "Look," Apollo said, "this is King Hagar's castle." Laura and Apollo flew down into the courtyard where King Hagar stood waiting to greet Laura. "Hello Laura," said King Hagar. "Now your journey begins. There is a magical hat and ring that I need you to find for me, or my kingdom will become dull and sad and boring. When you find them, bring them back to me and I promise to give you a present for your birthday." Apollo and Laura left King Hagar in his castle and began their quest. Outside the castle was a field of huge yellow flowers that shone in the sun. Suddenly a fairy appeared in front of them and said, "Can I help you? My name is Flutter." Laura was surprised but hesitantly said, "We're on a quest for King Hagar. He needs a ring and hat to save the kingdom from being bored." Flutter smiled and said, "Follow me." Flutter led Laura and Apollo to a small pond. Fairies were flying and dancing all around them. "This is where you can find the gold ring. Just dive under the water and you'll find a cave full of treasure. The ring must be there," said Flutter. This was definitely not boring, thought Laura. Laura took deep breaths and dived into the water. She swam down and emerged into a brightly lit cave. In the corner of the cave she saw a treasure chest. She walked over and opened it to find a gold ring that shone so brightly she had to close the chest again. She picked the treasure chest up and swam back to the surface. Laura emerged from the pond with the treasure chest as Apollo and Flutter helped her out. She was amazed that she was still dry. "Wow, this is great," said Laura. Laura showed the ring to Flutter, who said, "This is the magic ring of King Hagar. It has powers that bring bravery and goodness and helps defeat boredom to whoever wears it. We've been guarding this ring until you arrived." Laura thanked Flutter. "All I need now is a hat to complete my quest." Trixie, Flutter's friend, flew down and said, "You can find the clues you need in Shimmertown. Follow me." They all followed Trixie to Shimmertown. As Laura and Apollo entered Shimmertown, she could not believe how beautiful and colourful the town was, and in the centre of town there was a race taking place. The most amazing snails she'd ever seen, with people riding them, were speeding around the town. How amazing, thought Laura. Trixie explained that this was a race for the Speaking Cup, who can grant you any wish. "It is held once a year and the winner chooses his wish as a prize," said Trixie. The snail zoomed around the town as fast as a speeding car. The race ended and the crowd cheered as Grindelwald the Goblin won the race for the third time in a row. Trixie, Laura and Apollo rushed to Grindelwald as he was presented with the cup. "Congratulations," said Trixie. "This is Laura and she needs your help to save the kingdom from boredom. We need to know where the singing hat is." "Let's ask the hat to see where it can be found," said Grindelwald. The Goblin rubbed the side of the cup and the cup spoke. "You will find the singing hat locked in a dungeon where it is very sad and bored. I will give you a key to unlock the dungeon." A key appeared in Laura's hand. The cup warned that the dungeon is guarded by ferocious animals in a nearby wood outside Shimmertown. "Be on your guard and always stay on the path," said the cup. Laura and all her friends left Shemmer Town and walked to the gloomy wood. The wood looked cold and dark. There seemed to be eyes looking at them as they approached the edge of the wood. Laura began to think she'd wish she was back at the party having fun. "Don't worry," said Apollo, "we will all find the singing hat together." With that they bravely entered the wood. The wood grew scarier and darker as they went deeper into the wood. Owls hooted, trees rustled and skeletons creaked. The only light that could be seen was that from Flutter's wand. Suddenly a ghost appeared and said, "Who disturbs my sleep?" Laura hugged Apollo as he said, "Oh, we're sorry, Charlie, but we've come to find the singing hat." Charlie the ghost smiled at Laura and said, "Come on, follow me." Charlie guided Laura, Apollo and her friends safely through to a clearing in the wood where there was a large iron gate. Standing guard were two ferocious creatures. "Say the password or die," said one of the beasts. Charlie said, "I'm bored." The creatures gloomily opened the creaky rusty gate and allowed them to enter. Laura breathed a sigh of relief as she walked on past the creatures. Rats and bats jumped and flew as Laura and her friends entered the dungeon. There was a dull light shining and coming from under a door of a cell. She unlocked the door with the key and saw a hat on the bench, looking dull, bored and lifeless. Laura picked the hat up and put it on her head. In an instant the hat shone and flowers emerged, singing the most beautiful song Laura had ever heard. Apollo, Charlie, Grimwald and Trixie could not believe their eyes. The hat finished its song and said, "Thank you, Laura, I've been waiting for you. I've been so bored." Apollo said, "Everybody hold on to my mane and close your eyes." When they opened them again, they found themselves standing in front of King Hagar. "I see you found some friends," said King Hagar, smiling. "Thank you for bringing the hat and ring back to me. I hope it's not been too boring a journey for you." King Hagar walked up to Laura and said, "I promised you a present." With that, his horn shone brightly and stars sparkled from its tip as the ring flew out of the treasure chest and into Laura's hand. "These gifts are yours and they are to remind you of your new friends. But now you must return to your home and the party that awaits. You're always welcome in my kingdom. All you need to do is put the hat and ring on if you want to see us again." "I'm going to miss you all," said Laura as she held tight to King Hagar's mane and closed her eyes once more. Laura opened her eyes and found herself holding a painting of Apollo at the party. "Are you all right?" asked her mother. You have got other presents to open, you know." With that, Laura began to open the rest of her presents. The last present she opened was, to her surprise, the ring and hat and a note saying, "Lots of love from me friends. Come visit soon if you're ever bored." Laura smiled to herself and whispered, "I will." Written and illustrated by Andrew Allen Matthews and dedicated to Emily Lily Matthews.